Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this practice. It's a recording for our Friday morning session. So we're going to get stuck straight into it. Let's come to hands and knees. So again, whenever we come to hands and knees, we're setting our foundation, our hands, so opening up the fingers wide, pressing each and every finger into the ground, the underside of the knuckles, pressing from the toes through to the knees down. And this is morning session for those of you who normally join me in the morning. So it's a time where we're just checking in with our body as well. So I'm just doing some little circles with my hips. You might want to do nice big circles. Just starting to move into the body in the morning after we've been maybe stationary. I had a really nice sleep last night. Sorry for those of you who didn't. But I felt like I've woken up and I stayed in the one spot all night, which is highly unusual. Let's come back to hands and knees and let's do some cat-cows just to get our breath moving. Really nice to start aligning the breath with movement. So as you inhale, tip the sit bones up, draw up the belly, heart comes forward. As you exhale, belly button in, pelvic floor up, tailbone under, chin tucking in, pushing the floor away. Oh, that feels good on the spine and that space between the shoulder blades. So let's do 3 more like that. Inhaling, focus on the lengthening from the pubic bone to the lower throat on the inhale, and as you exhale, pushing the floor away to opening up into the back body. 2 more. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, rounding. So as we move through our practice today, linking breath with movement, waking up the body. Last one, inhaling and exhaling, rounding. Let's come back to a neutral spine. Walk our hands forward of our shoulders. Knees and hips are in one line. I want you to extend your sit bones up and drop your heart, your armpits towards the ground. Forehead can go on the ground if you're able. I do want you to keep your hands active. So this is an active pose. Now here you'll notice wherever you are with your head, really nice if you can ground down your head. But really nice to notice that if you draw your belly button in towards your spine and your pelvic floor up, it gives you a sense of stability. Keep your toes to your knees and your shin bones pressing down. Allow with every exhale your heart and your armpits to move down towards the ground. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Inhale, feel the body expand. Exhale, feel the body soften. I know this is quite a strong stretch for first thing in the morning if you're just meeting me here. Last one. Feel your hips moving back, that whole underside of your body opening up. And then drop your forearms, your elbows to the ground, and let's slide forward. So coming here with our elbows underneath our shoulders, separate your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, pressing the tops of the feet down, pressing the pubic bone down, taking the tailbone and pointing it more towards your heel. So you'll notice your glutes start to switch on as you do that. Now press it from your hands to your elbows into the ground, so your forearms pressing down. Squeeze the shoulder blades down the back, so drawing the shoulder blades down away from your ears. So as you're pressing down through the hands and the arms, you're pressing down through the feet, you're pressing down through the pelvis and your hips, your tailbone's moving down towards your heels. I want you to press your forearms down and feel like you're dragging your elbows back towards your hips, and you might find that front body starts to lengthen. Now you don't have to come up really high, you might be really low, just try not to hang the head. And then let's lay the body down. Let's take our arms down beside us just for a moment. Relax the legs. Now we're going to keep doing, we're going to stay in this position. I want you to press your feet into the ground so the kneecaps come up off the earth. Squeeze the pelvis down, hands come under shoulders, and then slide them down towards the chest more. Forehead on the ground, squeeze the shoulder blades together and draw the shoulder blades down the back. So just as we did in cow pose, We're going to inhale, lengthen through the front body. Now you don't have to come up super high because that's going to grab in your lower back. And I can't see you, so I don't want you to be doing that. I don't want you to hurt yourself. So it's more about lengthening the front body as you come up, inhale, and then as you exhale, come down. So think stretching from the pubic bone to the lower throat. 3 more like that, inhaling, keep the legs, squeeze the glutes, elbows down, in and down, exhale down. 2 more, inhaling, exhaling, take it out of the back and keep extending through the front body. Last one, inhaling up, exhaling down, tucking the toes, pushing up to your knees, extending the hips back for an extended child's pose. You can keep the toes tucked. And then on the next inhale, let's slowly come up and we're going to make our way up to standing. So as we come to standing, have your feet roughly hip distance apart. Press down through the big toe ball, little toe ball and the heels. Squeeze the kneecaps up. Take the tailbone down. So when I say to take the tailbone down, it's not this tucking under. It's literally we're lengthening from the top of the sacrum down to the tailbone and having that shift in the pelvis. And what that does, it creates that band of support in the front body. So we're pressing the feet, squeezing the kneecaps up, tailbone down, grow the spine tall. Squeeze the shoulder blades together slightly. So what we're trying to do is take our top arm bones towards the back plane of the body. So if we look sideways, instead of going forward like this, we're taking the shoulder blades back. It might help if you turn the palms out, which is going to be handy for what we move into next. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. Now squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit more, and I want you to feel like the air is like honey. So I want you to reach out through the fingers as you inhale. Feel like making your way through honey, and then exhale. You can turn the palms out, bring the arms down. Let's do that 4 more times. Okay, extending from the collarbone out to the fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades, inhaling. Try not to flare the ribs. Keep the tailbone pointing down. Exhaling all the way out. Inhaling, palms up. Pressing through the feet, reaching, so try to extend through the body, growing tall, opening up into the spaces, inhaling up, exhaling down. This next time we're going to leave the arms up, inhaling all the way up. Take your right hand and hold on to your left wrist. Extend that arm up, press into the left foot, kick the left hip out as you squeeze the glutes, press into the feet, and open up into the side body. Now, if you look at my body, you can see I'm in a sort of a banana shape. Now that's the feeling I want you to get. I don't want you to be looking down towards the ground. You're still looking straight out. And then inhale, we come up, change arms, left hand, right wrist. I like to lengthen, use that left hand to really extend up, press into the right foot, kick the right hip out, reach over, so you're extending, feel like that whole band from the foot up to the hip, up to the shoulder, up to the fingers is opening up. It's a nice stretch, this one. Inhaling all the way up. As you exhale, release, turn the palms out, bend the knees and swan dive forward. So as you come forward, try to have a nice flat back. As you inhale, bring the hands to the knees, straighten the legs, extend the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, bend through the knees a little more deeply, really press through the feet, turn the palms out, sweep the arms up, palms together. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, bend through the knees, fold forward. Inhaling, halfway lift, bring the hands to the knees, straighten the legs, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, come all the way up, palms together. Once more, exhaling, fold. Inhaling, halfway. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, press through the feet, come all the way up, palms together. This time as we fold, we're going to stay in a forward bend. So bending through the knees, folding forward. And let's just hang here for about 4 breaths. So make sure the feet are roughly hip distance apart. You're pressing into the 4 corners of the feet. Your knees are bent. You're extending from the back of the kneecaps all the way up the hamstrings. So the sit bones are rising. The left sit bone's moving to the left. The right sit bone's moving to the right. The top of the head, the crown of the head is facing down towards the ground. You can leave the arms hanging, or you can always hold onto your elbows, which is really nice. I really like holding onto my elbows just because it gives a little bit more weight. With every exhale, you're drawing your belly button in. And then let's drop the hands towards the ground, bend through the knees and slowly come up to standing. Now come to the front of your mat. Let's take our right foot back. We're coming into Warrior Two. So taking that right foot back, pressing the big toe ball, little toe ball, and the heel into the ground. I'm going to bend into that front knee. Alrighty, we're going to come up into Warrior Two. So arms come out. I'm going to drop the shoulders, reach through the fingers. So again, it's that extension from the collarbone to the shoulders through to the fingers that we've been working with. Glue your fingers together. It gives you some intention. And we're just going to work again with the side body. But this time, instead of aiming for your elbow down, I just want you to put your left hand on your left knee, turn the palm out, turn the right palm up and reach up and over. So we've got this nice extension again from our foot to our hip to our armpit to our fingertips. Now, of course, if you feel comfortable down on your elbow, do that. But I want you to feel like you're having this really nice side stretch and open into the front body. So you're not trying too hard to get down here just for the sake of getting your elbow down. Alrighty. And then inhale, come back to Warrior Two. And then take the right hand down to the right thigh, turn the left palm up as you reach that left arm up. Now, sometimes this pose, we do this big arc with our body, but what I want you to do is really focus on keeping that knee bent and extend from the hip to the armpit through to the fingertips. Glue the fingertips together. Keep breathing. Drop the shoulders. And let's go through that once more each side. So back to Warrior Two. Find the extension. Hand to left knee. Turn the right palm up and come up and over. As you come up and over, just make sure that left shoulder is drawing away from your ear. So my legs are doing the work. This is simply just resting. My legs are doing the work. I'm squeezing my right glute. I'm wrapping my left ribs under, my right ribs over, reaching that, extending through that whole right side of the body. Inhale, come back to Warrior Two. Right hand, right thigh. Left arm goes up. Back to Warrior Two. And then hands to hips, turn the toes so they face the long side of the mat, and then turn the right toes around. Now, I'm playing with a injury on my right foot. So, I always say, let's come into Warrior Two on this side. Drop the shoulders, reach through the fingertips. Tailbone down, spine long, find your breath. In my classes, I always say, work with the body you've brought with you today. So sometimes we simply have to rest and stop, but sometimes we can work with what's happening. And that's what I'm doing today. So let's move into that nice side stretch. So I'm going to put my right hand on my right thigh, my right shoulder's keeping down away from my ear, my left palm is up, and you're going to inhale all the way up. So from my foot all the way to my fingertips, I'm getting this beautiful side stretch. My right ribs are wrapping under, my left ribs are wrapping over, my right shoulder is drawing away from my ear, coming into that lunge. Inhale, come back to Warrior Two. Flip that right palm, left hand rests gently on the left thigh as you reach up. So again, the legs and the body's doing the work here, not that back arm, not the resting arm. Back to Warrior Two. Let's try that again. Right hand, right thigh, lifting up and over. Tailbone pointing towards that back heel.
Finding your breath, back to warrior two. Pressing down through the feet, right palm goes up, left hand, left thigh, reaching through those right fingertips. Back to warrior two, hands to hips. Now let's come into two options. Oops. You can come into a downward dog, so feel free to come into a downward dog, or you can use a wall or a chair and do our modified downward dog. So if you've got a chair or a wall available, this is great. I want you to make sure you bend your knees, lift your hips up, press your hands into the back of the chair or the wall, roll the shoulder blades away from each other, tailbone pointing straight back so you're not dumping in that lower back. Or you're in downward dog. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. Make sure your feet are pressing down, whichever version you're taking. Your hands are pressing down. You're lengthening through the arms. You're drawing your belly button in with every single exhale. And then as you exhale next, bring your knees to the ground. And let's come down, everyone coming down onto the ground, flipping over onto your back. Bending through the knees, pressing feet into the ground. Arms come down beside you. So just take a moment here. I want you to feel the feet, maybe lift the toes up so you can feel big toe ball, little toe ball, and the heels pressing into the ground. Arms come down beside you. And then take the toes and press them down, but keep the soles of the feet engaged. So as you inhale next, you're going to tip the sit bones up, tailbone up, lift the hips up, but at the same time, bring the arms up over the head to the wall behind you, and then to the floor behind you, sorry. And then as you exhale, slowly bring everything all the way down. Inhaling, 3 more. Lifting, lengthening, squeezing the glutes, making sure the feet are pressing down. Exhaling, slowly releasing. Last one, inhaling, actually 2 more, sorry. Inhaling up, exhaling down. I always give random numbers and then I go, oh, what one am I up to? Last one, inhaling all the way up. I want you to keep the body up for this one. Exhale the arms down if you can. Press the hands, the arms, shoulder blades into the ground. Press through the feet, lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes. Press the head, back of the head into the ground for support. Find 2 more breaths. I know, it's a strong one for the first thing in the morning. And as you exhale, slowly come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Take the arms out to the side or cactus the arms. Inhale here as you exhale. Take the arms, the knees over to one side as you turn the head in the opposite direction. And just hang out here for a bit, slowing the breath down. Noticing your heartbeat. And then inhale, squeeze the belly, bring the knees back up, take the knees over to the other side. Head in the opposite direction. Last pose before we lay for a quick Shavasana. So really find your breath full and deep. Maybe doing the last couple of exhales, just really connecting with that sensation of releasing and surrendering. And squeezing the belly, bringing the knees back up, drawing the knees in towards your chest one by one. Squeeze the knees in. I really like it when we squeeze the knees in and then take the tailbone down. So you're getting a little bit more action in the hip flexor where those lymph nodes lie. And then slowly release. So you can either rest your legs down, or if you've got a wall close by, you can lengthen your legs up on the wall. So let's just take a moment here. Wherever you're at, close your eyes down. Allow your hips to be evenly spread on the ground, your shoulder blades to be evenly spread, the back of your head. Let's take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And then just let any control of the breath go. So let the breath breathe you. I'm going to go quiet just for 1 minute and I'll come back. Just sit with yourself and the sensations in the body after stretching this morning. And then start to invite a deeper breath in, drawing the breath down into the pelvis. And exhale fully, feeling that sensation of softening and releasing that happens with every exhale. Start to stretch out the arms, maybe above your head, interlocking the fingers, press the palms away from you, reach the feet away from you if you're laying flat out on the ground. Slowly start to move fingers and toes. And then drawing these in, rolling to one side, slowly coming up to a sitting. And let's just end here in a sitting position. Sit bones down, spine tall, shoulders soft, closing your eyes down. Finding your breath. One of the things I've been working with in classes this week is, can we stay present when sensation arises? So when we're really feeling it in the pose, or when we're feeling it as we're sitting in traffic, any sensation that's creating this turmoil in the body, can we stay with ourselves? Can we stay with our breath? Can we stay very present as anything arises? And this is part of the practice. It's noticing on and off the mat when sensations arise. Can we use the breath? Can we use our sense of awareness and presence to keep ourselves steady internally? Alrighty, that's it for today. Go and have a very beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.